says if a man suspects that his wife has committed adultery, suspicion, no, that he should go to the high priest. He said if jealousy is stirred up in him, go to the high priest, report her. They will summon her, and they will take dust from the temple, and they'll mix it with water, and they'll give her to drink. If she's not guilty, nothing will happen to her. But if she's guilty, her stomach will swell, her thigh will rot, and she will die. I said, well, any woman who sees that and goes to commit adultery, she knew what was coming. Then I kept reading to see where God said if the woman too suspect. Our own is not suspect. We don't catch them. We caught them at it. It's not just suspicion. We have caught them. I was ready to see where God will say, if the woman too suspect, go and report. I didn't see it. I finished the book of Numbers. I went to Deuteronomy. Exodus. Genesis. I said, God, what is this? I said, God, this is wrong. This is unfair. This is not right. How can you give the men the opportunity to come to you and say, I suspect, and you won't give the woman the opportunity to come and say, I caught him? We did not even just suspect, we caught him. Why will you do that? That's unfair. I told God, I said, when I get to heaven, that's one of the first questions you will answer for me. I said to God, I don't like this. This is not fair. You are part of the problem. A man who commits adultery 65,000 times, everybody will say to the wife, keep praying for him, submit some more, love him. A woman will commit once and the whole world will rise up against her. I said, God, you are the problem. Why will you do that? One day, everywhere I was preaching to women like this, I was saying, one day I was preaching in a Methodist church, River State Methodist Women's Convention. All of them came from all over the state. There were thousands of women there. And I was saying this thing. God said to me, stop. You don't have to wait till you get to heaven for me to answer you. He said, I'll answer you now. And the way you have accused me before the people vindicates me. I said, Lord, what do you mean? He said, I do not condone adultery in men. I already said it that a man who commits adultery is reduced to a loaf of bread. In Message translation, he says he commits a brainless act. He's brainless. In the book of Job, he says adultery will root out all my increase. In the book of Job, he says if I have locked at another man's door, he said then let my wife grind for other men. May other men bow upon her. Go read it, it's there. He said, so I don't condone adultery in men. He said, but the reason I'm particular about the woman, hear me well, woman, the reason I'm so particular about the woman is that the woman is the only legal doorway through which life comes to the earth. So if she pollutes that passage, everything that comes through her is polluted. That's why Jesus was born by a virgin, so that he will not take on spirits that have nothing to do with the kingdom. That's why you cannot open your body anyhow. Ma,